Hi guys, Keto for Real Life people here, and it is Wednesday night and we are here at Wellness Wednesday. Are you ready? I am. How's everybody doing? Just gonna take a minute, see who comes on, and we're gonna run with it. And we're gonna have some topics that are gonna be really cool. I see my first one coming on. I'm gonna take a breath. And I'm going to have a sip. Hello, Dory. Here we go. We must do the wave. I'm the queen of keto, and she is the unicorn princess. And then, if the countess pops in, we will wave at her too. Hello, hello. Hey guys, guess what I'm drinking tonight? I'm home alone with no husband, no daughter, no children. So I got the Sauvignon Blanc, which is the lowest white carb wine, and put some in there. And then I put a little clear white grape on top. It tastes just like Moscato. Hello, Nancy. From one Nancy to another. Oh, I'm so glad. Here we go. We're starting to pick up a little bit. I really never paid attention to what you could see behind me when I was doing this before. Thank God you guys can't see my floors. They're a mess. Hi, Molly girl. Hey, quick tip. I don't know. I know that I got a message. I didn't have time to respond. I was trying to figure out some technical difficulties. But let me tell you. Yes, 1 o'clock, baby. On your Alfredo. Way too salty is because probably of Parmesan cheese. When I'm making my chicken Alfredo, I just do some broth and some heavy cream and then my Parmesan cheese, and I don't add any extra salt. And then you put the spinach in at the last, and we'll have to go back and forth. We'll chat, my cooking sister girl. I'm loving Molly, guys, by the way. She is another up and coming, let me tell you. This lady loves to cook, and she's got a particular flair for Southern cooking. And yes, eventually I'm bringing this lady on, whether she likes it or not. Thank you, Suzanne. It's better to laugh than to rant, right? I will tell you guys, I'm day 2 of Shark Attack, so I could go either way. Okay, so it's Wellness Wednesday. And we've got some things to cover today. I did not grab my imaginary pen and notebook because it does me no good anyway. But it's like my security blanket. So I'm holding my glass of wine instead. Okay. Oh, I see my husband just popped in. Hello, husband. Wifey is having a wine night on Wellness Wednesday. You know, we always talk about being good to yourself, be kind to yourself. Well, yes, I'm being very kind to myself right now. So let's get started, all right? I love you so much. I can't wait for you to get home. Let's start out tonight, okay? So we know, I want to just bring up the super simple subject first of holidays, special occasions, date nights. You know, just there's always something coming up in our lives that's unexpected. And 9 times out of 10, it has something to do with food. And ain't that the truth? And so I don't know how many times, myself included, we've come along to a situation where, you know, we go out for dinner and there really aren't choices, or maybe they are and we just make the wrong ones. Or we have, you know, a family gathering. We're just going to get together. We're going to grill. We're going to cook. You get invited. Y'all go. And there's nothing keto there for you. Well, this weekend, we have Easter. So we already know that we have a big holiday coming up. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to have something to do with a big, you know, fancy Sunday dinner, or maybe we're going to be doing a big outdoor backyard cookout, and we're going to have grandkids and kids, and we're going to have a big Easter egg hunt. So I want to encourage everybody to get it together and be ready for these situations, because guess what, guys? They're going to happen the rest of our lives. I mean, this week is Easter. And then we've got you know, a birthday, and then we've got an anniversary, and then we've got Memorial Weekend, and then we got 4th of July, and then we got, you know, we've always got something going on. So, I thought it was time that we just brought up, you know, planning and meal prep, and I'm not a meal prepper. I mean, I love to cook, but it's always just right off, you know, the top of my head. I'm cooking something. But I pot roast this weekend. Yum, yum, yum. See? A nice, good keto meal. So I wanted to talk about it. Now, I want to tell you guys something. This weekend's menu, I've got it all planned out. I've talked to my daughters, who are all grown adult women, and my daughter-in-law. We are going to be doing grilled, easy peasy stuff. We're keeping it simple, and then we're going to focus on the grandkids and the kids. We're going to do grilled hamburgers. We're going to do grilled hot dogs. We might throw some hot links on, some brats. You know, just simple stuff that you could just grab and throw in some bready bun. And then they're talking potato salad and coleslaw. And they're talking, you know, chips and ice cream and cake and all that good stuff. And look, there's going to be chocolate galore. There's going to be Cadbury eggs running around, you know. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to do the hamburgers, the hot dogs, and all of it. But on the keto end of it, here's my deal. I'm going to do hamburgers, hot dogs, and as you all saw, I did post a recipe this week for bread. And guys, I've never been able to make bread in my entire life, okay? Every time I try, it's, to me, bread is beautiful. To me, bread is art. Y'all, if you knew me personally, you would know, yeah, I'm obsessed and love food very much. So I always wanted to master the art of making bread. And I think a few times I made some cinnamon rolls that turned out good. But I couldn't. So I've been very intimidated by making keto bread, because it has the word bread in it, and sounds difficult. I could make cornbread, quick bread, banana nut bread, zucchini bread, all those fun, easy things that you throw a little bit of baking soda on. Yeah, I could do that. But bread, like a roll, like something that rose and was squishy and smells like bread and tastes like bread, and when you cut it open, looks like bread, what do? This was easy peasy. This was easy peasy, guys. If you could whip up, if you have a bowl and a mixer, you can make this. So I just want to show you that this is doable. So I'm going to take some time. I'm going to make up some more of these. I'm going to make buns, because this lady is not eating any more lettuce wrapped hamburgers. Not in my house anyway. I'm going to be having a cheeseburger on this bun this weekend, and I'm going to be making some keto coleslaw, and I'm going to use cauliflower and make a faux potato salad, and then I am going to release another recipe. Okay, we're going to do deviled eggs, of course, because everybody has to have deviled eggs, right? They're so delicious. So we're gonna have fun, and then for dessert, I can just reach over here real quick. I want y'all to see this. I'm making a big bunny keto dessert for everybody. Now, if the kids and everybody brings something else, fine, that's great. But I want to feel like I'm just enjoying myself, okay? So, what time will it be ready? About 1 o'clock Central Time, Molly. You just head on up from Houston early and you can make it in time. So, y'all know I've been working on jelly recipes. And they're not just chia seed knockoffs. This is like some real deal jelly. So I started working on some strawberry jam preserves, and they're very delicious. They passed the test. My kids were like, Mom, that's even better than what you get in the store. So I was like, awesome. So I just kept playing with some stuff, and I came up with some strawberry jam, some cream cheese, some stabilized whipped cream, some strawberry banana ice cream cake in the shape of a bunny. That's what's happening this Sunday, you guys. Or, well, Saturday for us. But I will be posting it. I had to get the flavors down. I had to make sure it was right before I could share it with you guys. So I'm gonna I'm going to share it with you guys. So if anybody else wants to make it for Sunday, you can. Or just whenever. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody knows about the best ice cream in the whole wide world, it's Bluebell. Bluebell is the epitome of Southern ice cream at its finest. And this recipe brings to my heart the taste of Southern hospitality, which is mine and my husband's very favorite ice cream. And they don't even make it anymore. So I have duplicated it without any weird aftertaste. I will say that when I make fat bombs and things like that, I've told you all this before, my grandkids usually eat it, my husband will eat it, or I will even throw it away because I just don't care about sweets as much as I used to. But when I developed this last week, when I developed the ice cream last week, I couldn't stop, and I ate it all in 2 days by myself. Yep, that's how it was. Be perfectly honest with you. I was like, oh my God, I just hit nirvana. So meal prep. Meal prep is coming along, guys. Like I said, the first part of this Wellness Wednesday is just going to be this light talk about, talking about the holidays, making sure that you have something to eat, whether you're hosting the holiday or whether you're going to the holiday. So if you are going, make sure that you take something that you enjoy. Make sure that you take something that is going to fill you up and keep you from feeling deprived and make you from feeling like you just have to go ahead and eat one piece of chocolate. Because let me tell you guys, if anybody who's been with me from the beginning of January or even December from Keto for Beginners knows, it was 2 little pieces of fun-sized, bite-sized chocolate got me, threw me off track so bad. So be ready to avoid the chocolate pitfalls. So if you need to do some meal prep, get you some chocolate fat bombs. You can find recipes on Pinterest. You can find it in the files and group. There's recipes all over the place. Just get yourself ready, okay? I don't even know what's being said, you guys, but you guys are laughing like crazy. I'm going to tell you right now, I am making this bread, and I'm making it up in the form of the buns, and I'm making it up in the long hot dog bun shape, like the sub shape. I'm going to, be able to split them myself. So if I feel like having a hot link or I feel like having a burger, I don't have any guilt about it. And let me tell you another little thing. Nutritionally, these are only 170 calories a piece, and they're only 3 net carbs a piece. And it's high fiber, super high fiber, high fat, and good protein. So we got that covered. Working, but we'll have lots of temptation at work. Need something satisfied to keep me in line. Isabel, it happens all the time. I mean, especially when you're in a work environment, where people bring in donuts in the morning, or they bring in, pizza in the afternoon, or they bring in a snack thing for the evening. When those are the times that when you stop and you think about prepping and maybe making a batch of fat bombs, you don't need fancy molds, you don't need fancy recipes, nor do you need fancy ingredients. You could take things like simple cocoa powder and coconut oil, a little bit of heavy cream, a little bit of sweetener, blend it together, add a little vanilla, and you've got little chocolate fat bombs. And you could make them in an ice tray, a mini muffin tin. You could just even get some of those little tiny miniature paper cupcake looking things. And you can just put a little drop in each one and make something. That way you can open your desk, or you can open up your locker. You could do whatever, and you're like, covered. I've got this, And not everything has to be chocolate either. You can take cream cheese and nuts and a little sweetener and some lemon. You just make whatever flavor you like, okay? Thank you. I'm glad, Isabel. Yes, girl. There's so many easy. And mug cake. Yes, Dory. Thank you, sister girl. I'm fixing to bring Dory on, y'all. She is my keto soul sister, and I just wanted to let her know today how much I appreciate her. Do you know she was my very, very first keto friend? Very first one. And her and I have been an inseparable ever since, and I love her. But we're fixing to move on from the holidays. I will scroll real quick. I'm getting better at scrolling without bringing my finger up there. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any questions on this. Recipes, yes, there will be recipes, and eggs, and guys, before I bring Dory on, I've got to brag for a minute. I'm sure she's already posted her beautiful Easter display, but this lady is so talented when it comes to making these candies and beautiful, colorful extravaganzas. I just love her to death. So we're going to move on now because it is Wellness Wednesday, and of course I didn't hit the timer on my thing here, but I got a tablet so I can see what time it is. Okay. All right, we timed that just about right. Dory, bringing her on. Try to go live on Instagram. While I was going live, I was going to try to be all techie. I never could figure that stuff out. So, truly, we are sisters. I mean, truly. I mean, she has her group. I've got my group. We both go on Instagram. We both go on Facebook.
Hello.
Hi, my beautiful lady.
Oh, wow. Oh, you're so awesome. I've been loving your live, lady. You do the best Wellness Wednesday I've ever seen. I love it.
Well, you know what? Wine always helps.
Oh, yes. Yay.
So anyways, we were trying. She's good at doing like dual techie stuff. I was like, oh, it didn't work, by the way. and hopefully this all holds while we're holding on. So we're going to move on to a subject that's not quite as fun as food, but I'm going to tell you, Carl, I always say
we
that.
love
Hey,
Carl.
There you are.
Hey, Carl.
Carl, just tuned in, okay? So, I told you earlier, you asked a question in group today. I thought it would be a great topic to talk about. I feel like I have some, I'll take a drink. I feel like I had something stuck in my throat. All right, Carl. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about your question because it's something we've actually been talking about for the last couple weeks across different lives with different people. So, girl, I hope this doesn't glitch. All of a sudden it's glitching. So, Carl asked a question in group today. He's only got 30 more pounds to lose. He's already lost a bunch of weight. But here's the thing. He still feels like the person he originally was. He still feels morbidly obese. He still feels unattractive. He still has this to deal with. And he wants to know, how do we deal with it? You know, Carl's one of those really good guys. I mean, he's always been so polite, respectful, and caring in the group. And I know his heart. He really wants to succeed. But here's the thing, Dory. I know that, I can relate to Carl because, yes, I will announce this, I have lost 35 pounds now, almost 36. And I am still over 200 pounds, so I still feel like the fat girl. My mindset hasn't changed at all, and I haven't dealt with it yet, But now coming from your perspective, you've lost 100 plus pounds, and you've had to deal with what it's like to have the mindset. You can lose the weight, but your mindset still hasn't changed. What would be your best advice?
Do you know what? I'm going to say the reason why we've been talking about it so intensely, Nancy, is because I still need to do it. I left that part behind when I started my weight loss journey, and somehow I wrapped myself into I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't. I was so focused on losing weight that I wasn't focused on the process and the journey. And I'm going to say for me personally, it starts now, and it starts with actually looking at myself. And that sounds funny. I know it sounds crazy because I look in the mirror all the time, but I don't see myself. So I'm going to say, Carl, start with that. Start with
Hello?
Trying to reconnect. Oh, we're back. Are we okay?
Oh,
Okay.
hello?
Hello?
Okay.
I can hear you.
I don't know
Can you
what's
hear me?
going on. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I can barely hear you. It says lost Dory. Dory
Okay,
disappeared.
I can hear
I'm gonna
you.
let you go and then try to pop back in.
Yes.
See, my phone's doing something weird. I'm gonna just there. Okay, so now. Okay, she's gonna try to pop back in. I don't know what's happening. Ever since Facebook had their major update this weekend, there's been one glitch after another. But I really want to touch on this subject, guys. So hang with us, okay? Um, I'm trying. Yes, approved, Dory. We're going to try again. I really do, because I know she has good feedback for us, okay? All right. Thank you, girl.
Yes.
Everybody was like, we can
I don't
hear
know what
you, but
happened.
Dory disappeared. So I had to try it again.
Yay, I'm back with all my sparkles. Yay. Okay.
That's awesome.
So
it's still glitching really bad.
it is. Do you know what I'm going to say? You finish
All right,
without
so Dory,
me, lady.
I'm going to take over. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to, guys. Sorry. All right. I'm just going to continue on. Thanks, Bryce. Welcome to the world of glitches. Yeah, it's so frustrating, glitches, guys, because we're trying to talk about something really super important, and then all of a sudden, you know, you've got freezing and glitching and lagging and all this other stuff going on. So I can tell even on my own right now, maybe it'll balance out. For whatever reason, it's not supporting 2 on my service. Okay, so what I liked that Dory said that I could hear, that I could catch, was that it has to start now, guys. It really does. Carl's question hit home with me today. Carl not feeling like, you know, he was the thin person that he dreamt of probably being. You know, Carl, you can chime in here with some typing if you like. But here's the thing, guys. We need to be able to have self-affirmations. I will say that since I'm losing weight, I'm feeling more self-confident. I'm feeling much better about myself. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that really nothing has truly, truly changed. And obviously, physically, it has. So what we need to do, you know, I think we all have those days, Carl. So what we need to do, guys, is really start looking in the mirror at ourselves and figuring out how to accept every inch of who we are. You have to be able to accept who you are. Before you ever gained weight, let me ask you this, because Brittany was like, she doesn't feel different. Sometimes she feels like she has to go in her shell. Sometimes it's because we've had trauma in our life. Sometimes it was because we had somebody say something cruel that stuck with us, okay? But basically what it comes down to is, prior to you putting on your robe of fat, you were the thin person. And even though you did put on your robe or your coat of obesity, you were still the thin person. What we have to do is quit hiding behind it, guys. Okay? Don't want or don't like the attention. That's from Susan, all right? But we're using fat as a barrier, as something to hide behind. You know, even the Countess brought this up. We had a nice deep talk, and she's been through some very traumatic things in her life, and so she hid behind a cloak of obesity as well. All right? But then we get to a point where we don't want the obesity anymore. We want to get rid of it. And so we think by losing weight, it's going to solve all of our problems, and everything's going to be all, I say this all the time, rainbows and unicorns, because now we are thin. But it really doesn't. So I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a medical professional in any shape of the way. But I am at a point where I've had life, and I've had life lessons, and I've had very traumatic things happen in my life that I've never talked about in public, of course. My husband, of course, and my personal family know things that have happened to me in my life that probably had a lot to do with the way I am. But I will tell you this, you can't remain a victim forever. You just can't hold on to a victim mentality, guys. There's no healing in it. And it doesn't hurt anybody but you. So sometimes you have to be forgiving of yourself. Sometimes you have to realize maybe you felt rejected your whole life. Maybe your father wasn't there for you. Maybe your mother wasn't there. Maybe you just had really crappy parents and a really crappy childhood. And maybe you felt alone, or maybe you felt isolated, for whatever reason. So then you take and you are living this life now where you are still the child inside. So maybe it's time to forgive the parent who wasn't the perfect parent, or forgive yourself for things that you've done that you couldn't forgive yourself. As we come upon this holiday, believe it or not, forgiveness is a huge deal right now. And there is so much healing in the power of forgiving not only anybody who's ever hurt you or done you wrong, but forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for the things that you've done. I need to forgive myself for so many things. I mean, I have bad talked myself like you guys would not believe. I have actually called myself, you stupid fat ass cow. Jesus, can you not get your shit together? Okay, so that's harsh and that's kind of cussy, and you guys just saw how I would actually talk to myself. But if somebody were to talk to my husband, my children, my mother that way, I would be all over them. I never cussed my kids when I raised them. I would not. But I would do it to myself. We can't be like that, guys. So this weekend, or this week, as we go out of week 13 into 14, as we pass through this holiday, take time to reflect and forgive yourself, forgive others. Sometimes we never even tell the other person that they did something to us. And it doesn't even matter. It matters how you accept it. And then, I know this sounds super, super, super strange and super weird. I've done it. It does feel weird. It does feel strange. But probably 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, I read something that said, walk up to a mirror in your own privacy, get naked if you're brave enough, and look at yourself. Just take like 5 minutes. Check it all out, guys. Take a look at it for what it is. Look at the wrinkles, or look at the belly, or look at the butt. Look at yourself. Just stop and take a moment in your birthday suit and look at you. And then turn around and literally look at yourself. Not once, twice, 3 times, 4, but 5 times look at yourself and say, you know what? You're okay, and I love you. It feels weird. I'm going to tell you guys right away. It feels weird to do it, okay? And look at yourself and say it again. And say, you know what? You're okay. I love you. I love you. And keep telling yourself that every day. You don't have to be naked when you do it every day. But take a look in the mirror and tell yourself you love you, because when you start giving yourself positive affirmation, when you start giving yourself positive feedback, you will start getting rid of your stinking thinking and believing what you're telling your core, okay? Because I guarantee you, as I look at you or you look at me, if I was hurting, you would come up to me and you would give me a big hug. And you would tell me everything's going to be all right. Or is there anything I can do for you? Or you know what? And I've heard this already. Nancy, we love you. But you know what? You need to do the same thing for yourself. And I need to do the same thing for myself. And Carl, you need to do the same thing for you. And Dory needs to do the same thing too, because she's already there, and yet up here I love her like you guys would not believe. Okay? Victoria says, I hate my body. Well, guess what? I hate mine. I always have. I mean, I looked at myself for so many years and I was just like true self-loathing. But that is some deep hurt that we've got going on, that we should hate ourselves so badly. Okay? It doesn't matter. It does. I hate my body. Yeah, I don't, in the normal sense of the girly word, I don't like that I got cellulite. I don't like that I have thin hair and have to use root powder to cover up my thinning hair. I don't like that, but that's normal. But when you have that deep-seated self-loathing, then you have to work on healing and figure out why. Why? And it usually does come down to, somebody along your way hurt you, and you just gave up on yourself. But I'm here to tell you, don't give up on yourself. Okay? Don't do it. I don't care how hard it is. Every day, take that look in the mirror and just say, I love you. You're a good person. You care about people. You'll help anybody. It doesn't even matter if they treat you badly. You still help them. I work hard. I'm trying very hard in my life. We have positive things about us, y'all. Okay? We have very, very positive things that other people can even see. So start talking to yourself about it. Point out all the good things about yourself every day. Don't even mention one bad one. Okay? Because at this point, it's not about being balanced. It's about correcting an imbalance. Correct the imbalance. All right, I think I covered that. Do you guys think I covered that? I don't even know if I'm glitching, because everything looks like I'm a Chinese talker going, and then the words come out. I hope it's all coming through. I really wanted to keep Dory on with me, but it just froze too badly. Again, I don't know what time it is. I'm trying to keep it from going over, but I have one more thing to talk about. It's only 7:03. Okay? So last but not least, we talked about being prepared for holidays and what we're going to do. Meal prep is great, guys. So get out there and do your meal prep. I'm learning that I'm going to be making bread every week so that I've got it on hand. I'm going to can some jelly so that I've got that on hand if I need it. I'm making soup, making things, just simple things I can do, okay? Then we covered the self-love, self-forgiveness, and self-affirmation. I think we got that covered. But last but not least, let's just talk keto for a moment, because keto's fun and keto's safe and keto is what we're all about, right? Brittany, you're at a point where you can go without makeup. Girl, I'll do it all the time. Just remember when I started out, no makeup, and now I'm feeling much better about myself and thinking, it makes me feel good about me now. It's not just about, hey, this is my real life and I'm fat and I'm just going to come at you guys live. So last but not least, our last topic tonight, guys, is appetite loss. I want to cover that because I think it's a good thing to cover. What we have going on is we have a lot of people coming into group who are brand new. And so they're getting their legs about them. They're learning, and they're going to be going through this phase. Then we've got the group members that we all started together, and we're now getting ready to go into, we're halfway through week 13, going into 14, and I'm just going to run it until we hit week, 52 weeks in a year. Okay, so we're going to just run it week by week. But all of us experience appetite loss. Whether you're new and you're eating high fat and for the first time in your life you're thinking, I'm not hungry, to week 3 and 4 and 5 where we all remember what it's like to go, we really aren't hungry. To be all the way where we're at week 13, which is the end of 3 months for us, guys, and really going, I'm so not hungry that I can now only eat once in a 24-hour period. It's no biggie to even fast for 24 hours for 3 days because I'm just not hungry. So so you're gonna go without makeup too? Dude, bro, bra. I can't wait. No. So here's the deal, guys. Hunger. Keto and hunger. There is a fine line that needs to be walked and talked about appetite and keto. Okay? When you first start out keto, I encourage people just to eat keto food and eat until completely satiated. Don't worry about counting calories. Don't worry about macros. Just eat high fat, eat good vegetables, eat good protein, eat, you know, enjoy, feel full forever, and know that it's wonderful. And then as we get into weeks 2 and 3, sorry, I didn't mean to just scratch my nose, but it really itched. As we get into weeks 2 and 3, the food that we ate the first week is really, it gets to be way too much. It's like you just can't handle that much food. So what you start sliding into is, you know, bulletproof coffees instead of a meal. Bulletproof tea, fat bombs. I mean, by week 3, 4, 5, you're ready for some fun fat bombs and some other alternate fat, so that, you know, you don't really have to eat a bunch. But then again, you're not really losing a lot of weight. You're just not hungry and you're not losing weight. So here's my take on zero appetite. Always put food and fat first. Fat first, guys. I always say that. Fat first, right? Fat first, moderate protein, low carb. If I had to go through any live without saying that at least once, it just wouldn't be right. But, you know, I know there's some brand new members who are already getting good progress on week 1, losing weight, but they have no appetite already. But what they're doing is drinking 1 or 2 BPCs and a meal, and they just don't feel hungry. I'm going to say this, guys, and I've said it from the get-go, and I really have not changed my mind on this. I really haven't. I'm going to even go one step further and say I don't like BPCs. I just don't like them. If you can't use a BPC as the tool it was meant to be, then maybe you shouldn't just play with them, because BPCs seem to be the #1 culprit and the #1 reason why people are stalling. They're drinking a BPC, they're not eating nutritious food. When you're drinking a BPC, you are not getting any vitamins, any minerals, you're not getting anything out of it except for an appetite suppressant. So it's like taking a diet pill that's all natural, okay? And anybody who knows anything says when you quit taking a diet pill, what happens? You get all your weight back. So if you were to live on diet pills and diet pills alone, what would happen? Your bones would become brittle, you know, you're going to start having problems with osteoporosis, you're just going to get all messed up physically because you're not getting any nutrients. And even with the multivitamin, cannot replace the power of fresh spinach, good eggs, great protein, good full-fat dairy. These are healthy, whole foods, y'all. Our body was meant to take them in. We were meant to eat them. We were meant to enjoy them. We are supposed to get our nutrition from them, okay? If I lost you at BPC, Suzanne, awesome. Don't even worry about it, Chicky Poo. We'll catch you on the rebound, but we're having this discussion real quick, okay? Yes, food is more important. I don't know how many out there who have posted, not only in my group, because I keep track of about 4 or 5 groups, and I see the same things over and over. It's the same thing over and over. I've been in a stall for 3 weeks. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I'm not even eating that much. I'm not even hungry. Well, but I'm eating lots of bulletproof, or drinking lots of bulletproof coffee. Or when do fat bombs come into play? So you will naturally lose your appetite, okay? When I hit weeks 3 and 4 and 5, my appetite absolutely disappeared. And if y'all remember, I actually said I'm going to start drinking BPCs now because I was worried that I wasn't going to hit my macro type deal. I was thinking I'm not getting enough fat, so now I'm going to try a BPC. So I lost 2 pounds 1 week, the very first week. I upped my fats, quit eating as much, lost 2 pounds. Week 3 and 4 of Bulletproof Coffee, 0 weight loss. 0. Going on week 3 of Bulletproof Coffee, 0. 0. Because here's the deal. All I was doing is putting myself in maintenance mode. What's going to happen to your body, okay? What's going to happen to your body as you eat keto minus the Bulletproof Coffee, okay, is when you first start out, you're going to eat this high super fat and lots of food. Then you realize not quite as hungry. So when you're not quite as hungry, still make your fats first. Eat some fat, eat some good nutritious food. By doing this, what you're doing is you are literally consuming probably a little less fat than you did, and you're still consuming food. And overall, your calorie intake is steadily declining, okay? So here we are in week 13. We've gone through this process. Guys, after I tried the Bulletproof Coffee thing just to give it the try because I know I was so adamant, I still feel justified. I don't like Bulletproof coffees. I don't. It's not that I won't drink one, but the only time I'm going to drink a Bulletproof coffee is if I'm going to go out the door early in the morning to take my husband to an appointment, or my mama or something like that. I gotta go, so I'll make me a Bulletproof coffee because I know it'll hold me from like 8 o'clock in the morning till noon, when I can get good whole fat and good food in me again. That's the thing, guys. These Bulletproof coffees keep you from feeling hungry, and then they keep your fat really high, and you've lost weight, so now you're just maintenance mode. So guys, Suzanne is, I'm in a stall, still not happy. Okay, we're going to get on one little tiny subject after this, and I'm going to go there with everybody. Fats are the superfoods that make the scale go down. Correct, Isabel. They are. They really are the superfood that makes the scale go down. Okay, so if you are in a stall and you've been eating a lot of fat bombs, or you've been eating a lot of dairy, and you've been enjoying Bulletproof coffees, BPCs, I would recommend overall cut them out. Cut them out, okay? And then if you start losing weight when you do the elimination diet, then you'll know what your culprit was. Maybe you should just do one at a time. If you're stuck on something or fixated, you know, you can do it all or a piece at a time, but eliminate some of that stuff. Bryce is saying body burns multiple fat times fat when in ketosis. Doesn't care if it comes from mouth or hips, but it will work. Let me see more. But it will work on the stuff from the mouth first. Okay. So what you put in it is what you're going to get out of it. If you're guzzling fat in your coffees, get rid of them. That's all I can say about that. All right, last thing, and it's a keto tip. It's just a tip, guys. I'm trying to figure out a nice way of coming around here and saying this. I love you all so, so very much, okay? I do. When you have questions for me, whether it be in group, online, on my main page, Instagram, YouTube, I always try to give an answer. But I do have some tips on how, when you want to talk to me and you need to ask me about, you know, stalls, or you need to know how to figure out macros if you're struggling with something in your keto journey. I'm here for you. Dory's here for you. There's no question about it, guys. But I will say this: we are pushing almost 4,000 members strong. Okay, and there are a lot of folks out there who have a lot of questions, and they need help. You need help. I need help. Me and Dory, we lean on each other. As group leaders, we have our own little network so that we can lean on each other, and y'all are always welcome to lean on us. That's what we're here for, okay? But I would suggest this. When it comes to things like where do you find something? If you're looking for something, can I just explain how this works? While it is a little time consuming to try to find out, what product you're looking for, where it can be bought, it's hard because I live in East Texas, and the stores that I might have, you might not have living in a different part of the United States, or you live in Canada, or you live in Australia, or you live in New Zealand, or the Philippines, or Indonesia. We have people from all over the world, and so it can be sometimes difficult. So my tip is research your product if you're not familiar with it. That way, when you pull it up on your Google search engine, maybe it's chia seed, maybe it's psyllium husk, you can Google it and hit shopping on your side, and it'll show you locally where it's available. It'll show you what stores you have, because I'm limited on the amount of health food stores I have. I wish I had Trader Joe's. I wish I had Sprouts. I wish I had all these really cool stores, but unfortunately I've got the Granary and Natural Grocers, which is a little store that's spread from Colorado to here. So it's hard for me to tell you guys where to buy something. If it's available at Walmart, I'll tell you, hey, you can get it at Walmart. But for the most part, a lot of the ingredients that we use on keto are not available at your major retail department stores like Walmart or Save Mart or Safeway or whatever. They're just not there. And I really don't know where everybody lives and what they have available and what's there. So Google it on your own phone and hit the button. It says, all images, maps, blah, blah, blah. And it says shopping. Hit shopping. It'll tell you where you can get it locally or where you can get it online. So Fresh. Love Fresh. That's a good store. But it's expensive. And so, hey, that's like a treat once a year. All right, guys, we are now probably well past the 7:30 mark. I guess it doesn't truly matter, and y'all are still hanging with me. So that covers our Wellness Wednesday for this week. If you guys do have any questions, I could scroll through and see. I want to make sure I cover any really super big questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. And I do want to say I hope that you all have a blessed Easter. Don't forget, this week there will be no live at 5 with Dr. Ken. That is on Sunday. We are going to pick up the following week where we left off. Tomorrow I will be hopefully chatting with the Countess of Low Carb. But I just want you guys to plan ahead. I'm going to leave with these thoughts. I'm just going to catch up with the questions afterwards because I just want to wrap it up with these thoughts, guys. Plan ahead for holidays, events, date nights, special occasions. Don't get caught feeling like you have to go off plan. Be prepared. Do a little meal prep if necessary. Second of all, be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself, others, and then make it a practice. I'm gonna ask next week. I'm gonna do it. I will commit to walking into my bathroom and telling myself 5 good things about myself every day. From now to next Wednesday, I commit to doing that. And I challenge each and every one of you to truly take a look at yourself in your own mirror and tell yourself something good, 5 good things about yourself every day. Okay? And then we'll come back and revisit next week to see where we're at. I mean, of everything we've talked to tonight, this is the most important thing, guys, because we can lose the weight, but we can't lose the hurt unless we're really ready to heal and get rid of it. All right? And then last but not least, use your Google search tool and find out where you can find ingredients. And if you still can't, then I'm there for you. Dory's there for you. We're all there for you. But try to find out what's available locally in your area or online. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. It's been a good hump day, so to speak. And I'm going to finish this glass of wine that I poured. And I'll see y'all tomorrow if you want to tune in with the Countess. 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, noon Mountain, and 11 o'clock Pacific. See y'all there.